Hello, I'm Philip Brunelle, Artistic Director and founder of Vocal Essence and organist choirmaster at Plymouth Congregational Church in Minneapolis. Today, we're going to do 8 quick snapshots of composers who've had a role to play with Vocal Essence or with Plymouth Church. Beginning with number 1, Giovanni Gabrielli, the Renaissance composer, famed in Italy as not only a composer, but as an organist, one of the most influential of that time. Born in 1554, died in 1612. He was in Venice at St. Mark's and San Rocco. He wrote 45 motets, and what made him unique was the fact that if you've ever been in Venice at St. Mark's, you can put choirs in various corners of the church, and then if you know how to compose for them, you can make this music sound absolutely glorious because it's coming from all over the place. So I can't really give you that effect here, but except that the music, of course, is that Renaissance style. So you can imagine even just that little bit would have happened between 2 different sides of St. Mark's. Our second composer is Carlo Gesualdo, also from Italy, same period, 1566 to 1613. A prince and a count. He is famed also because he is the only composer that we know of who killed his wife and her lover. He wrote madrigals, he wrote tenebrae, he wrote extravagant text settings, and was very, very chromatic in his writing. So some of the chords of Gesualdo are not shocking today, but were very shocking at the time of the Renaissance. So it began very nicely. And then, very shocking music in that time. Our third composer from Canada, Srul Irving Glick, born in 1934, died in 2002, composer, teacher, conductor, and certainly the most famous of Canadian Jewish composers. Taught at the Royal Conservatory and was very active on CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Company, for 25 years. We performed a piece of his called Psalm Elegy, a beautiful work for choir and harp based on Psalm 23. And here's the opening of that. Music of Srul Irving Glick. Our fourth composer, we now move to Poland. Henryk Górecki, born in 1933, died in 2010. Composer, teacher, fascinated with Polish folklore, which often was used in his music. He started out very avant-garde in his compositions, but became much more traditional later. He is probably best known for his third symphony, a beautiful work called Symphony of Sorrowful Songs. He loved to write slow, beautiful music that would make a large gesture but do it very slowly. So a piece of his that we've performed is his Totus Tuus, which he composed for the visit of Pope John Paul II to Poland. And this was performed, if you can imagine, by a choir of hundreds in Victory Square in Warsaw. So you can imagine hundreds of people singing this music. We didn't perform it outdoors, but we did perform it in a cathedral with wonderful reverberation, and that is what you need. So our fifth composer from England, Sir John Goss, born in 1800, died in 1880, composer, teacher, organist. For many years, he was at St. Paul's Cathedral and wrote a great deal of ecclesiastical music during his time there. And for 47 years, he taught at the Royal Academy of Music, teaching harmony. He wrote some beautiful hymns. One that people know is called See Amid the Winter's Snow, and another one called Praise My Soul, the God of Heaven. In 1852, for the funeral of the Duke of Wellington, he wrote this beautiful anthem. I'm going to play just the beginning and you get a sense of it, called If We Believe That Jesus Died. And again, it used the St. Paul Cathedral acoustics to beautiful effect. Music of Sir John Goss. Our sixth composer, Alexandre Gretchaninoff, Russian composer born in 1864, died in 1956. Composed 5 symphonies, 4 string quartets, wrote a great deal of choral music for the Russian Orthodox Church. After the Revolution, he moved to France. And what I had forgotten was that late in life, he came to the United States and became a U.S. citizen. One of the pieces that he is famed for is his cherubic hymn from the liturgy of St. John Chrysostom. Our seventh composer, Mark Kilstofte, born in 1958, United States composer, professor at Furman University in South Carolina, conductor there, studied at St. Olaf College and the University of Michigan, was a Guggenheim Fellow, has composed music for band, chamber music, choral music, and here is a little bit of a choral piece, a new one, called Enfold Us, Maker of Our Being. Music of Mark Kilstofte. And then our final composer today, number 8, Jacobus Handl, who you have to be careful when you look for his music, because sometimes it's under that name, Gallus, and sometimes it's under his German name, Handl, Handl. But most people put it under G, Gallus. He was a Slovenian composer and organist, born in 1550, died in 1591, composed more than 500 works, including 374 motets for the church year. One of the grand pieces of his is his piece Jerusalem Gaude, which is a 6-voice motet, grand and wonderful, that says, Jerusalem, rejoice. I hope you've enjoyed these snapshots of 8 composers. Have a wonderful day.